I can tell it's going to be a little bit of a weird reading for you today because I got a message to take one Heart of the Fairy Oracle cards, which I never take normally in the monthly readings. And Virgo, this is for June 2025, you got the Queen of Passage. Now, Queen of Passage, it looks like she's ripped out someone's beating heart, okay? But actually it's supposed to be a pomegranate, or it could be someone's beating heart. Let's wait for the love reading section, shall we? She's holding this, she's moving forwards, you've got a raven, you've got a kestrel, and the message is that this queen comes to you to help you manage a transition in your life. So Virgo, June 2025 for you is showing just in the same way that it's like a halfway point of the year, that for you it's also a transition point in your life. Okay? Woof. I'm going to take a couple more Brian and Wendy Freed cards for you, and we will see. Oh my God, that's so interesting. The Thief. Virgo. When we get the Thief, it can be, what are you stealing from yourself? What are you shortchanging yourself on? But it can also be, and I feel that it is, an outside influence taking something from you, okay? And it can be in any shape or form. So let's say you're working for a company or something and you feel like they're kind of taking you for a ride a bit. Maybe they're really helping themselves to your skill set and not, and this happens a lot to Virgos because you're kind of born as the sign of service, which is really good for everybody else, but not always so good for you. Often it is, it's like Virgos do love to serve, but sometimes it does get in the way. When you actually have competing demands and you think you're doing something and you're serving something or someone, but there's this feeling underneath that you shouldn't be doing it, or that you've had enough of doing it, or something just isn't quite right. It can also be what I call energy thieves, same sort of thing. People helping themselves to your energy, which is something that happens to Virgos a lot, but something you need to be looking out for at the moment, okay? The other card that we get, and I've got to do this because of YouTube, is this card, which is what I call, this card is unmarked, so it has no number and it's not got a name. I call this women in the cupboard. There's all these little women hiding in the cupboard here. And then there's this unicorn at the front, unicorn person at the front, okay? You have qualities that make you stand out from the rest. You're part of a crowd in which you don't belong. And that could be your colleagues at work, it could be your friendship group, it could be a relationship. We're going to do a love reading underneath in a minute. But either way, it's... you may be getting in your own way a bit, is what the universe is telling me. Okay? You may be getting in your own way a bit. I'm tempted to take a couple more of these, actually, and then I'm going to throw some tarot cards. Yeah. God, you're getting such a deep... I knew you were going to. So, yes. Woof, woof. Go get yourself a drink, maybe a strong one, okay? We get the Paradox. The Paradox is such a weird card, as it should be, because it's the Paradox. So it kind of looks, if you do it both sides, I know it's mad, isn't it? Once you start looking at it, the Paradox for me is the same as the Thief. I feel like you've got somebody around you or somebody in your midst who is stealing from you in some way, like stealing energy, stealing light, stealing something. We've also got the Lady of Sorrows. Now, the Lady of Sorrows, this is such an interesting card when you get this. She comes up when somebody, let's say you have a friend or a person in your life when nothing seems to go right for them, okay? And you're a very good listener to them and you're hearing all of these things and you're maybe coming up with suggestions because you're a Virgo and you can't help serving. Take a ticket, get to the back of the queue, I'll be with you in a minute. But this lady doesn't want to get better, okay? She doesn't want things to improve. Instead, she wants sorrow. She wants you to carry her burden. And this can be an organisation, a person. Yeah, you may remember the first card, the Queen of Passage. You may have been brought up in a people-pleasing way. Lots of Virgos are. You may have been kind of dining out for yourself on that. Oh my God, okay. In that being useful was something you really excelled at when you were younger. You know, I'm useful, I'm important, I'm useful. It's time to start getting a bit useless, as in you're too much use to somebody here and I don't like the look of it, especially since I also get the temptation. Now this bad boy, if you look closely in the tree, there's the devil in the tree hiding. And what is she doing? She's reaching for low-hanging fruit. I always say, Virgo, women and fruit in tarot, no. It's a no. It didn't work out so well for Eve. It doesn't work out for anybody. It doesn't work out for this woman. It's... Have a look at these cards, right? I've covered her modesty with the crystal. That's why there's a weird crystal there. Queen of Passage that we have here, she starts out coming to help you with this transitional phase of whatever you're doing at the moment, or whatever you need to take flight from, actually, and evolve beyond. She's here for you, but we have this kestrel, we have the raven. It's like a message from the universe, but I feel like you've had a few messages from the universe. It's been trying to get through. The phone is off the hook. I'm getting all of these messages that you need to see something. Something needs to be seen. And then the next card we bump into here, the Thief and the Paradox. It feels like this is a sandwich and there you are in the middle, this unicorn creature. Okay, you're different and it's kind of good to be different. I go so far as to say special. It's good to be special. But sometimes when you are a bit different and you are a bit special, people do like to steal the sparkle. They do like to steal the light. And this is a tricky situation. To get the Paradox and the Thief means that you are receiving something and losing something at the same time. Okay? So this could be in relationships, and we're going to do a love reading down here, so maybe it will come up there. You are receiving and losing at the same time. And this Lady of Sorrows, someone who's very invested in their sorrowful history or story. Okay? Temptation, you are tempted. Whatever that apple is for you, okay, and it will be different because this part is a general reading. There will be an extended love reading after the love reading, which is more specific. But for now, this is temptation, taking the apple, okay? Look out for this because you are going to be tempted. You're going to be tempted by whatever it is that takes your fancy. Ooh, I was going to say, ooh, it looks so juicy, but that just sounds so pervy and horrible. But you know what I'm saying, okay? Without trying to sound like Benny Hill. Let's have a look at love and relationship cards, because I have a feeling I'm using the Bohemian Gothic Tarot for this because it really, really, really fits with Frian and Bendy Rude. This one's Heart of the Fairy Oracle, by the way. God, it's good. Such a deep deck when you use it. It's like, oh my God. Oh my God. What do we need to know, please, for Virgo, love and relationships? Right. We have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is your opposite sign, Pisces' card, really. It's a card, though, where you're just not sure of what you're dealing with. So some of you are dealing in a slightly ghostly relationship here. You know, it's a trick of the light. It's this kind of semi-moonlight. She's sitting on the stairs or something. I think she is, or sort of looking out. It feels very fantasy driven. So it may be that somebody is telling you things or has told you things that are kind of more... Let's take a couple more cards. This is hard. Okay. Four of Swords. I don't mind that, actually. If you are in a kerfuffle about a relationship, whether that's a friendship, whether that's a love relationship, if you are confluxed and confused, you're in a kerfuffle, you don't know what to make of it, you know, you just literally don't know what to do with it, do nothing at the moment. Take a step back, because working is not something you should be doing in this relationship. Now, I'm not talking about, you know, never do anything, being completely lazy, sitting back, eating bonbons, but working, no. Stressing, not if you can help it. Ooh, Virgo, look what you get. The Lovers. Now, when you get the Lovers, there is a choice, okay? The Lovers used to be called the Choice. It's always about some sort of choice or sacrifice coming in. It's normally major arcana for a start, and it's normally not now. As in, this is not, oh my God, quickly, you need to make a choice. It doesn't work like that. There will be two paths that will go in different directions, and you will need to take one. Not yet, but when you wake up from the sleep, okay? I highly suggest that whatever effort you are making in a relationship, that you drop it. Now, this is not if you're in a relationship that does not feel like an effort and it's easy, you don't need to do anything. But if you are efforting, if you are slogging, I'm feeling like 10 of Wands type energy, if you are really trying, stop trying. And I'm getting a really weird channeled message that says, stop trying by the moon. Four of Pentacles, or keep your hands on your purse. So, Four of Pentacles is a card that says, make bank. Notice this woman is like dripping in jewellery. Okay, she's got a pretty nice house, decent porch for someone to sling an Amazon parcel onto, isn't it? I mean, come on. This is making bank, keeping your hands on your purse, not giving yourself or your love away too easily. And I'm not saying, because I don't know, and they haven't come up particularly yet, whether it's the right person or the wrong person. In a way, that doesn't even matter. What matters is you and your amount of effort. Okay, so it matters for you how much effort is coming your way and how much effort you are expending. Okay, it's like calories in, calories out. Okay, keep your calories in at the moment. Keep your love calories in. Make bank. bank it, invest it. Don't be giving away your energy. Very important, this, and I don't yet know why, but it is. Then we have the Nine of Cups. Looks like he's having a good old cup of absinthe there. Lovely. You're like, well, actually, soon, Gemma, with this reading, I'll be having a cup of absinthe too. I'm not recommending that, by the way, at all. Nine of Cups, Jupiter in Pisces. I like this card, actually. What do you want? Spend some time, you know, you can stop this reading if you like, but have a little moment to yourself, you know, get yourself a cheeky Baileys or a Tizer, dandelion and burdock, or a coffee. Take 5 minutes and stare at nothing. Don't think too hard, don't make a list. Stare at nothing. What is it that you, regardless of what has gone on in the history of this relationship or the history of your relationships in general, what is it that you want in your heart of hearts, your heartfelt desire? Not what you think you should want, not what you've worked out, but what do you really want? Yeah. And then we've got the Ten of Swords. This is not an easy thing to do. Remember, you've got above this the temptation. You've got this Lady of Sorrows. And for a few of you as well, you've got to get really real. And this is really difficult. And ask yourself, and this is a hard question, am I invested in my own sorrows? It's a difficult question, but sit with it. And the other question you can sit with as well, which takes a while to answer, why am I here? Whatever this particular relationship scenario is, not why are they here or what are they doing? Why am I here? There's a certain amount of catharsis in this for you. You can't really stay the same because Seven of Cups, you're too much in fantasy land. And it's really important not to be. It's important to make a clear decision in the Lovers. And that decision will be whether to pull away or not to pull away. And I'm going to even make a little note of that, because it's important. There you go. Okay. And because we have that Ten of Swords at the end, it is going to be important. Very, very interesting though. Oh, I like that you got that. Three of Pentacles, although it has got Frankenstein in, which, you know, I agree, it's a little bit alarming. Three of Pentacles is a great card because the Three of Pentacles means working together. Whether this is a work relationship from the top here with this Thief card and the Paradox and the Temptation, or whether this is about a close personal relationship, a romantic relationship, what is paramount here is, are we on the same team? It's not what you have in common. It's not, you know, what you're getting paid, or it's not what they say to you about the relationships or whatever. Are we on the same team? And this can even be with your own family. Are we on the same team? Are we pulling in the same direction? Not are we the same, but are we pulling in the same direction? Yes. The High Priestess. So you get the High Priestess because you really, really need to be in that space which is not logical, where Virgo does normally thrive, actually. This Nine of Cups, where he's slugging down the absinthe. I'm not suggesting you slug down the absinthe, but getting into that space, okay? And we get the Two of Swords, which tells you there is no rush. This Lover's card is down the line. Don't make any snap judgments. Two of Swords means you've got two Aces of Swords crossed. You can't see the way forward at the moment. You're not supposed to, because a way forward is kind of being built behind your back. And it's a good thing. Woof. I knew your reading was going to be... It's a very special reading. It's quite different from the ones I normally do. I'm going to go and do your extended love reading, which is going to be based on probably a lot of the cards, actually. I'm going to look at the lovers, obviously. But I'm going to look at the Nine of Cups, Ten of Swords, but I'm also going to look at your person on the other side of the energy, because they've not shown up in this reading, and where are they? Okay, so that's the first question I'm going to ask. The link will be in the description box under the video if you want to come and join me. I'm going to go and do that now. Okay, maybe get yourself another drink. Namaste.